As a former Secretary of the Navy, it's not surprising that I'm drawn to a group of people who've named themselves after a body of water. Beyond that, though, I think you exemplify characteristics that I particularly admire. One is that you built a successful organization out of the stimulus of a disaster. Exxon Valdez represents a real low point for so many of us. But you took that and made of it a demonstration of resilience by building an organization that's so healthy in the way it contributes to this society. America proceeds by zigs and zags, and I think it's so important to recognize that when things go badly, we can use that as an opportunity for making them go well. You did that, and I admire it. Then you did it around a cause that I think is so important, which is the environment. In an age in which we celebrate the digital and lose track, I think, of the bounty of nature and the ways in which we interact with it and so often mar it or limit it or sometimes simply ignore it. You're a corrective for that, and I admire that. And then, to add to everything and intensify it, I very much applaud your emphasis on education. You're planting seeds in the next generation of resilience and focus on the environment, and that's a wonderful achievement. So I'm delighted you've all gathered to celebrate this, even if virtually, and I'm delighted to be a part of it, even if virtually. I congratulate all of you involved with the Prince William Sound Science Center on what you've achieved and what you will achieve in the years ahead.
Welcome. Welcome everyone to the Prince William Sound Science Center first online fundraiser. COVID has pretty much turned the whole world upside down, and we're so honored and grateful that you're here this evening with us as we try something new, our very first online fundraiser. Normally, we would be in Cordova together enjoying a delicious dinner prepared by a Alaska renowned chef of Copper River salmon, delicious wines. Instead, we invite you to grab a glass of wine, get comfy on your couch in your sweats, and get ready for a really wonderful evening. I'm April Powers from Magic 98.9 radio station in Anchorage, Alaska. I'll be your host this evening, and I'm so pleased to be here. And we have a really fun evening planned for you tonight. A lot of things to keep in mind. I do encourage all of you to continue bidding on the silent and live auction items. The silent auction will close at the end of tonight's broadcast. So you can bid right up into the very end, and I encourage you to check your bids throughout tonight's broadcast. And the winners will be visible on your screen immediately after the show ends. For the live auction, the bidding opened up on Thursday, so you can keep bidding on those items as well. And then a little later in the broadcast, we'll give you an opportunity to compete directly one-on-one with each other and be the highest bidder for these amazing live auction items. I'll call out the bids just so you know, and then the winner will be visible on your screen as well. So tonight we recommend that you use two screens, just like I'm doing as well. So one to watch the broadcast as you're doing, and then a second screen so that you can bid. It can be a phone, a tablet, or just open another window on your computer, and that's a great way to bid as well. So before you start the bidding, though, you have to be registered, and it's really easy to do that. Register with your credit card. Let me just give you the pwssc.org, or you'll see that on the auction page. And when you are registered and you log in, you'll see start bidding button. You're going to want to click that. Then you click on the item you want and bid away. So now we're going to hear from Prince William Sound Science Center's CEO, Katrina Hoffman, and we're going to watch a short video to see more about the Science Center and the amazing work they do in their region.
Welcome, everybody. I'm Katrina Hoffman, President and CEO of the Prince William Sound Science Center. I'm excited to welcome all of you to our first ever virtual fundraiser. Given our shared COVID reality, this inspirational evening is going to be a fun and safe way to support science, climate research, and environmental education programs that matter here in Alaska and beyond. Tonight, you're going to hear from Thomas Friedman of the New York Times and U.S. Senator Lisa Murkowski. You'll get to listen to the beautiful voice of China Forbes of Pink Martini, and so much more. We have a great evening put together for you. For some of you, this is the first time you've ever heard of the Prince William Sound Science Center. Others know us intimately. We were founded in 1989, not long after the Exxon Valdez oil spill, which happened right here in our backyard. We do our work in one of nature's last greatest strongholds on Earth, the Copper River watershed. It's about the size of West Virginia, and it's incredible. But it is at risk. The work of our scientists to understand the rapidly changing climate and its impact on the living things that we care about, like the fish that our coastal communities depend on for our livelihoods, and that the rest of the nation depends on for us as Alaskans to provide. The scientists and educators on our team, they share what we know because we know that what happens here matters everywhere. These are the traditional lands of the native village of Eyak. It's a place where today, Tlingit, Alutiiq, Athabaskan, and Eyak cultures come together. The region is only accessible by boat or plane, and life here is not easy, but it's worth it. We're blessed with world-famous Copper River salmon, the world's richest waters in the northern Gulf of Alaska and Prince William Sound, and I'm surrounded by a community full of people determined to feed the world while leaving a lasting legacy. The Science Center is the only nonprofit community benefit organization of its type in Prince William Sound, and we're home to the Oil Spill Recovery Institute, which was founded by Congress. Our founders were researchers, members of the commercial fishing community, resource managers, and educators who recognized ahead of their time that we needed to understand how a healthy environment and healthy economy can coexist over the long term. Since 1989, the Prince William Sound Science Center has generated over $100 million for Alaska and beyond. We support jobs, families, other local businesses, and for over 25 years, we've provided free science education programs to schools here and throughout Alaska to help inspire the next generation. Despite COVID, our work hasn't stopped, and in fact, we're as busy as ever. For the first time, we're in the middle of planning our move from rented facilities to our own permanent campus that we're building to carry us into the next century. Our goal here this evening is to raise at least $50,000 for resilient communities and healthy ecosystems here among the world's richest waters. Nonprofits everywhere need you right now more than ever, and we do too. I must also take a moment to thank our major sponsors for the evening. ConocoPhillips Alaska has supported the Science Center for 30 years. They've been a remarkable partner, and they're tonight's title sponsor. Cascadia Cross Border Law, CoBank, ExxonMobil Alaska, and the Eyak Corporation are ongoing major sponsors. Thank you all. In addition, I'd like to recognize Trident Seafoods, the Alyeska Pipeline Service Corporation, Chugach Alaska Corporation, First National Bank Alaska, GCI, OBI Seafoods, RIM Architects, and the Educational Legacy Fund for supporting the Science Center's mission through your major gifts this evening. And finally, I want to recognize AT&T here in Alaska. They're our lead education supporter, and ConocoPhillips Alaska, who's been the backbone of our corporate educational funding for a long time. You make it possible for us to get Alaskan youth excited about science, engineering, and how to see themselves as the team members and leaders of the future. There are so many others supporting the Science Center tonight through sponsorships, in-kind donations to our auction, and so much more. I encourage you to visit our website at pwssc.org to learn more about them and about what we do. Thanks to all of you and to our staff, board members, and volunteers who made this evening possible. At the Science Center, we believe that healthy economies and ecosystems can coexist, and we're excited to have you with us. Thanks.
To be resilient, we need a scientifically literate population, and that's my goal at the Science Center, is to get these kids out, get everyone out, and get them connected to their home, to their place, so that they understand it. They understand how it works, they care about it, and we're making good stewards here. You know, people who are connected to their surroundings and willing to put in the effort when the time comes.
Great video. And thank you, Katrina. Tonight, you can donate directly to the Prince William Sound Science Center and their education mission. And you can do that by going to the Donate Now button right there at the top of the auction page where all of the auction items are listed. For those of you who wish to join our giving challenge tonight, we have 3 donors that have collectively given $10,000 for tonight. They are First National Bank Alaska, the Meacham Family Fund, and an anonymous donor. And they invite you to match their generosity. The giving challenge starts now and will go through the rest of the broadcast into the evening. And you can donate now. Just click the Donate Now button anytime to make a contribution to the giving challenge. With the silent auction, the upcoming live auction, direct donations, and the giving challenge, our goal tonight is to raise $50,000 for science and education. And we hope you'll join us in that effort. Now we're going to hear from Katrina again as she introduces Senator Lisa Murkowski.
For many years, Alaska's Senator Lisa Murkowski has been a regular attendee of Copper River Nouveau. Sometimes you can even find her dancing at the after party at the Reluctant Fisherman Inn and Restaurant here in Cordova. Senator Murkowski has been a longtime advocate of the Science Center, and for that, we are very grateful. Since we can't gather in person, she wanted to say a few words from her office in Washington. Thank you, Senator.
So good evening to all those of you that are gathered virtually for this year's Copper River Nouveau. This is an event that I look forward to every year, an event to celebrate the Prince William Sound Science Center and visit with friends over some of the world's finest seafood, complemented by the extraordinary beauty of Cordova. Perhaps my favorite memories of the Copper River Nouveau are starting the event off on the dock there at the Science Center, having fresh oysters as we compare our latest Copper River fleece purchases. And then, of course, the event itself with not only great speakers, but fascinating entertainment, everything from TV games like Jeopardy to tap dancing. But we're adapting. We are doing this virtually. There's no Jeopardy, there's no tap dancing as far as I know. But just as we have adapted for this event, Alaska's communities and fisheries have adapted at a remarkable rate in the face of the COVID-19 pandemic. And this is a testament to our flexibility, our grit, and our optimism as Alaskans. Similar to our efforts to understand and adapt to climate change or the impacts of the oil spill that precipitated the Science Center's founding, resilience is a common thread in coastal communities like Cordova, and the Science Center embodies that. The Science Center's research and community engagements over the past 3 decades have contributed to the resilience of our coastal communities and our valuable fisheries, especially the world-class Copper River Salmon Run, which you are celebrating this evening. This dedicated work continues to be needed to help us better understand the region's ecosystems, as well as conserve our natural resources for future generations. The Science Center's legacy is pretty impressive. In its first 30 years, the center generated more than $100 million for science and education, contributing an estimated $50 million to the regional economy and $110 million to the Alaska economy. As part of ensuring the Science Center's legacy benefits young Alaskans and future generations, we're seeing the construction of a new facility there in Cordova to house and facilitate the critical scientific work for many years to come. I am really looking forward to the completion and the grand opening of the new facility. This has been long awaited, long discussed, and certainly a well-deserved accomplishment. In the meantime, I'm going to be continuing to work back here in Washington, D.C., supporting the resilience of Alaska's fisheries and coastal communities, including helping programs like Sea Grant that allow us to manage and understand our marine resources. We've got some great bills that we have just recently introduced. I'd ask you to check out my Blue Globe Act. This is a bill that I've introduced with my co-chair of the Oceans Caucus to strengthen the resilience of coastal communities through improved interagency management of ocean data and the development of next-generation ocean observing platforms and technologies. We've also got a brand new bill This is legislation to bolster blue carbon as a strategy for addressing climate change. We call it the Blue Carbon for Our Planet Act. So look for great things coming out of the activities on the federal side. So thank you for your continued support for the Prince William Sound Science Center. Next year, I hope that we're dancing at the Reluctant together. Take care. Be well.
Thank you, Senator Murkowski. And yes, I hope to be dancing with you again next year at the Reluctant. You know, they say what happens in Cordova, well, it doesn't just stay there. It does get shared. So again, thank you, Senator Murkowski. And now I'd like to introduce China Forbes, lead singer of Pink Martini. She's going to share a song with us and also let us know why she thinks the Science Center's work is so important. Enjoy.
Hello everyone, I'm China Forbes of the band Pink Martini. I'm so happy to be here tonight. I'm happy to be here for Copper River Nouveau and for all of the supporters of this amazing cause. I care about climate change like all of you, and science and environmental education and resilient communities, as we've all experienced recently. And like the Science Center, I do believe that a good economy and a healthy climate can coexist. So I hope that that is the future. It leads to opportunity for so many and a healthy planet for our children. Speaking of children, I am going to sing a song, a mashup of a song I learned when I was a child, often of a very, very important and influential album called Free to Be You and Me, which informed my values. And I hope that you enjoy that, along with a Nina Simone song called I Wish I Knew How It Would Feel to Be Free, which speaks of acceptance and hope. So I hope you will donate tonight to support the important work of the Science Center, and I hope you enjoy the song. Thank you. There's a land that I see where the children are free, and they say it ain't far to this land from where we are. Take my hand, come with me, where the children are free. Come with me, take my hand, and we'll run to a land where the river runs free, to a land with the green country, to a land with the shining sea, and you and me are free to be you and me. I wish I knew how it would feel to be free. I wish I could break all the chains holding me. I wish I could say all the things that I can say. Say 'em loud, say 'em clear, for the whole round world to hear. I wish I could share all the love that's in my heart. Remove all the bars that keep us apart. I wish you could know what it means to be me. Then you'd see and agree everyone should be free. I wish I could give all I'm longing to give. I wish I could live like I'm longing to live. I wish I could do all the things that I can do. Though I'm way overdue, I'd be starting anew. I wish I could be like a bird up in the sky.
Wow. Thank you so much, China, for your beautiful music and your inspirational words. Just a reminder to check your silent auction bids. You don't want to be outbid tonight. So as you're enjoying the broadcast, make sure you're checking your silent auction bids as well. So now we're going to hear from Thomas Friedman from the New York Times. Tom is an internationally renowned reporter, columnist, and author, 3-time Pulitzer Prize winner, and 7-time best-selling author of books, including the titles The World is Flat and Thank You for Being Late. Tom is passionate about science and the environment, and he generously offered us 2 sets of comments tonight. So we'll hear from him now and then again later in the broadcast. Now over to Tom.
Great to be with you this evening at this wonderful event on behalf of the Prince William Sound Science Center. Whenever I think of or talk about this pandemic we're now going through and how to think about it, I always like to begin with the story that last Easter, National Public Radio did a roundup of pastors' sermons on Easter Sunday. And my favorite actually was Pastor Michael Curry at National Cathedral, who ended his Easter sermon by singing a song. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. We'll just substitute she for he, Mother Nature, and you'll understand where we are. She's got the whole world in her hands. And this is the first time all of us, the whole world together, are experiencing one of Mother Nature's fastballs all together at the same time. Unless you're around in 1918 and are 103 today, in which case, God bless you. This is actually the first time for our generation of species to be in the grip of one of Mother Nature's fastballs all at the same time. And when Mother Nature throws these fastballs, they can be pandemics, they can be droughts, they can be floods, they can be destructive storms. All the things she throws at us to sort out who's going to get their DNA into the next generation. What does she ask of us? Who does she reward? She does not reward the strongest. No. She does not reward the smartest. No. She only rewards the most adaptive. And she asks of those who want to rise to her adaptation challenge, she asks of them only 3 things, or 3 very important things. Number 1 is, are you humble? Do you respect, in this case, my virus? Because if you aren't, it will hurt you or someone you love. Second, she asks, are you coordinated? Because I've evolved my viruses over millennia to find any vulnerability in your personal or communal immunity. Are you coordinated? And lastly, she says, do you respect chemistry, biology, and physics? Because that's all I am, baby. Mother Nature, I'm just chemistry, biology, and physics. And if your adaptation strategy is not based on chemistry, biology, and physics, if it's based on politics, ideology, and election schedule, I will hurt you or someone you love. And the big challenge we have today in the face of this incredible pandemic, this fastball from Mother Nature, is to develop an adaptation strategy that is coordinated, that is humble, and based on science. And that's why my motto for this moment, I got it from my teacher and friend, Hal Harvey, is very simple. My bumper sticker is respect science, respect nature, respect each other. Thanks for having me.
Wow. Thank you, Tom, for those inspirational words. And we'll hear from Tom again a little later in the broadcast. Again, reminder to check your silent auction bids. We'll get to the live auction in just a little while, and you can actually bid on that right now, too. Again, we have 3 donors tonight who have given collectively $10,000 for our event tonight. That includes First National Bank Alaska, the Meacham Family Fund, and an anonymous donor. And they invite you to match their generosity. So we are going to do the giving challenge. And over the next 5 minutes, we are hoping to raise at least $10,000 toward our goal of $50,000 for tonight for Copper River Nouveau. So again, super easy. You can click on the Donate Now button, which is at the top of your auction page. Again, hopefully you've got two screens going, or at least two pages on your computer, and you can follow along with us. But here we go. Let's do our giving challenge. Again, just 5 minutes to raise at least $10,000. Anyone willing just to get it done with now? $10,000. Anyone want to match that? All right, $10,000 would roughly be the annual cost of the campground that the Science Center leases on the Copper River Delta, where they run their incredible summer camps. Again, $10,000. All right, well, we're going to do the $5,000 level next. That would support so many wonderful programs at the Science Center. I see Mira Kohler jumping ahead to the $1,000. Thank you. $5,000 would help our AmeriCorps volunteers learn to run STEM programs for outdoor education for our children throughout Alaska. $5,000. Anyone willing to donate $5,000 tonight? All right. And again, how about $2,500 then? That would help support our program for local high school students to compete in the Tsunami Bowl. And the Tsunami Bowl is the Alaska competition for the National Ocean Sciences Bowl. These teams are led by our education director, Lauren Bean, who you saw in an earlier video tonight, and who's also managing our comment section of YouTube. So, again, I see a lot of people donating. Thank you so much. People are donating at every level, and we're still only at the $2,500 level, but we'll keep on going to the $1,500 level now. If you're wondering what $1,500 would do to help our mission, it would help cover the costs for one of the Science Center's scientists to publish their work in a research journal, internationally known scientific journal. And it is so important for the scientists to get peer engagement through these publications. And again, it's expensive, but it definitely is so important for them. So if you're thinking about donating $1,000, if you can generously give that much, that would help buy a new canoe for the outdoor education programs that the Science Center runs on the Copper River Delta. And getting out in a canoe gets you closer to, of course, beautiful nature. And it really gives you a sense of the sights and the sounds and the smells of the wetland complex of the Pacific coast of North America. Again, I see a lot of people donating. Thank you so much. We've got Brock Taylor, Dr. Liz O'Rourke, Kate Dugan. Thank you for your generosity tonight. Signe Fritsch also works at the Science Center, so thank you for donating as well as working there. And if you're thinking about a $500 level, if that's something that you can donate tonight, and again, just by clicking the Donate Now button, $500 would help the Science Center staff members attend a national conference. And again, collaborations and sharing knowledge and exchange is so important, whether it's virtually or hopefully in person again soon. So that would enable them to get to an important part of their professional career and getting together. $250. Thank you, Ryan, for a $250 donation. Todd Tellis, $1,000. Mira Kohler, $1,000. Just reading my screen so I can say thank you to so many of you who are donating right now during our giving challenge. We do appreciate it. Karen Ree, $250. Cynthia Lottie, $250. Andres Morales, $100. Again, thank you for your generosity tonight. If you donate $100 this evening, that would help support the Science Center's education staff putting together learning kits. We call them Discovery packs. And these kits are borrowed by individuals and families, especially in this time of COVID-19, and we're all social distancing. This is a great way to get out into nature and to help explore on your own. So $100 would greatly help for that, the Discovery packs. Thank you. $50, if that's what you would like to give tonight, that would enable our AmeriCorps volunteers to teach kids in public schools about hydroponics hydroponics, which of course is growing vegetables without soil. And they've been doing this with kids. It gives them a chance to basically enjoy the fruits of their labor, or in this case, vegetables. And a $50 donation would enable them to basically learn more about this process, reframe what they know about how things work and how to sustain our environment and to grow things in this manner. So $50 would enable these hydroponic kits to be supplied. So thank you. Thank you, Kathy Sherman, for your $250 donation. Anna Tolar, $30. Nancy Bird, $50. Mead Treadwell, thank you for your $100 donation. All of it makes such a huge difference. And again, every little bit counts. If $25 is more what you would like to give tonight, just know that that would enable us to continue the efforts at the Science Center for the research and the education projects. Every little bit does matter, and we appreciate your donations. Ryan Binning, $250. Thank you so much. We appreciate every dollar. So maybe this is the first time you've heard about the Science Center, and maybe you save some money from not going out to eat at restaurants this month. We would ask that you would donate that amount for the important work of the Science Center. Again, every little bit does count. So thank you for your generosity, and know that you can continue donating throughout the evening. Thank you to Brad Keatley, $250 donation. Richard C. Rogers, $150, $50 from Olga Poloskid. John Garner, $1,000. Thank you for your generosity. We so appreciate it. Again, you can continue donating directly tonight to the Science Center throughout the show. Just go to that Donate Now button, and we appreciate your support. Also, make sure you're checking your silent auction bids throughout the evening. Just a reminder that the silent auction will close at the end of tonight's broadcast. All right, now let's take a few minutes to learn a bit more about the Science Center and the beautiful place where they work, which is home to the world's richest waters.
This place matters in the big picture because we're incredibly isolated, and that gives us an opportunity to study it like it's one of the greatest living laboratories on Earth. We are right next to the Copper River watershed, which is about the size of West Virginia, and that dumps into the Gulf of Alaska, and the connectivity between what's happening in the Chugach Mountains, the glaciers, the river, and the ocean produces some of the world's richest waters.
The reason we call this the world's richest waters is because the North Pacific is the end point of a 1,000-year conveyor belt that happens in the ocean, and it fuels these immensely productive ecosystems we have here.
This is a place where we can study how humans and nature can coexist, and we can think about how to continue to thrive in the face of current and future pressures.
Life's boring when it's easy, right? I think we rise to the challenges that our environment here gives us.
I think Prince William Sound region's core strength is agility. It's resilience. And that may be our path to the future.
All right. Yes, absolutely. Our path to the future. Such important work. And now it's time for the live auction. Just a reminder before we get started that the silent auction will close at the end of the broadcast. So make sure you're checking on your bids as well. So hopefully you have your second screen set up, and bidding on the live auction items actually opened earlier this week on Thursday. So now is the time where we're going to actually compete head to head to see who's going to win these amazing items. Some beautiful works of art and experiences, and we hope that you're the highest bidder. So just a recap of how this is going to work. Again, we recommend using 2 screens, one to watch the broadcast and one to actually do your bidding. You have to register to be able to bid, so hopefully you've done that already. If not, you can register with your credit card easily on the auction page or by going to pwssc.org and then just follow along and click through the links and you'll get registered. Once you've registered and you're logged in, be sure to click on the Start Bidding button, and that'll be on the top right-hand side of your screen. And then it's time to bid. It's that easy. So hopefully you've had a chance to preview some of the items. Actually, we have a lot of bids already, so thank you to those that have started us off so generously. All you have to do if you want to bid is click on the item and then click bid, and then we'll just get going. All right, so here we go. Live auction item number 101, and that is 2 round-trip coach tickets system-wide on Alaska Airlines. That means you'll fly anywhere Alaska flies, which includes Hawaii, Mexico, and Costa Rica. Transportation is valid, again, for up to 2 years, no blackout dates, and travel must commence within 2 years of this date today. So live auction item number 101, again, those 2 travel vouchers from Alaska Airlines. And we've got some bidders going already. Thank you to Rod Worrell, and currently highest bidder. But it looks like Jim Hines was also interested in this. So Jim, if you want to jump back in, feel free at any time. Of course, if you haven't bid yet, you are able to bid right now. So get in on the action for 2 round-trip tickets anywhere Alaska Airlines flies. And Jim and Rod have been going back and forth on this. But Elaine, once upon a time, put in a bid. So you might want to jump back in, Elaine. So again, transportation valid, no blackout dates, Alaska Airlines, anywhere they fly, Mexico, Hawaii, Costa Rica, when we're all able to get out and travel again more freely. I mean, how great would a beach be? So Prince William Sound Science Center will mail vouchers to the winning bidder, and that could be you. Let's see. Let's do a 30-second timer, a countdown, so maybe we can kind of get people excited about this. Here we go. You have less than 30 seconds to make your bid. Currently, Rod is our winning bidder, so if anyone wants to jump back in, maybe Jim or Elaine, somebody new, you could have yourself a great vacation, 2 round-trip tickets on Alaska Airlines, something to look forward to when we're all able to travel again. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. And remember that the winning bidder, the name will appear on your screen. All right. So now we're going to move on to live auction item number 102. And that is a beautiful print, painting, Mother Goddess of the Copper River and Love of Our Lives. This is by Sylvia Lang. And she is a wonderful artist. She's donated many times to Copper River Nouveau, and we appreciate her donations and, of course, her beautiful work. She was born and raised in Cordova. She's an Alaska native, and she often says that after she finishes a painting, she likes to release it into the wild. So, again, if you would like to bid on this, it's live auction item number 102. Thank you to Tim Kennedy, currently our high bidder. Craig Blau and Kathleen O'Neill, though, also placed some bids on this. So maybe you want to jump back in on this. Tim Kennedy. Seth started us out. Maybe Seth, you want to jump back in. I think Emerald texted me and she said that you could go ahead and bid. So if you want this, you have a free pass. So anyhow, if you'd love to bid on this, please do it now. Tim Kennedy, again, our current high bidder. Alaska has always been home for Sylvia, and the sense of home, heritage, and belonging guides her in all of her beautiful artwork. Again, this is live auction item number 102, Mother Goddess of the Copper River and Love of Our Lives by Sylvia Lang. All right, Tim Kennedy, now the high bidder. So thank you for that. Anyone else want to jump in? Get in now because we're going to close this out very soon. All right, looks like we'll put that 30-second clock on. Put the 30-second clock on there and jump in. Tim looks like he's still currently in first place. Anyone else want to get in there? Craig, Tim, Seth. Maybe Seth wants to jump back in. Again, this is a beautiful piece of artwork donated by Sylvia Lang, who is also a board member of the Prince William Sound Science Center. So not only does she donate her beautiful artwork, but also her time and her efforts and energy. All right, so live auction item number 102 has now been closed out. So I'm doing the same thing right now. I'm going back and forth between my screens. So feel free to do the same thing, and we're going to move on to 103, live auction item number 103. Again, you can follow along on your screen and just hit that donate now button as well, and then click on the bidding. So live auction item number 3, this is one of Copper River Nouveau's most coveted auction items. When we're there in person, it's not unheard of for people to donate almost $400 for these. This is 1 dozen chocolate truffles donated by fisherman and artisan chocolatier Pete Hefner. These are handmade truffles, and they incorporate locally harvested Alaskan berries and premium chocolates. And I wish, here online, you guys could actually see and smell these, and maybe better yet, taste them. They are amazing, and they always are a huge hit at Copper River Nouveau in person. So again, please bid on. This is, again, auction item number 103. And currently, we've got Margaret D. Stock in first place. She's the highest bidder. But Dan, looks like you were involved in this as well. Dawn Dinwoody, Melissa, you might want to jump back in with this. Howard, I see that you bid previously, along with Tia Thomas. So again, please make a bid. All of this is going to our goal tonight of raising $50,000 for the Prince William Sound Science Center mission and its education and science programs. Again, 1 dozen handmade chocolate truffles from Pete Hefner, who is an artisan chocolatier and actually a fisherman as well. So let's see who's got the highest bid. Dawn, thank you for your bid. So we're going to give you 30 seconds. Put that 30-second timer up. And anyone else want to jump in? Currently, we've got Dawn in first place. So feel free to bid on this 1 dozen chocolate treats. They are amazing. Again, Dawn, thank you for your generous contribution. And anyone else? Dan, maybe you want to jump back in. 10 seconds left. That's it. Live auction item number 103. Oh, looks like Margaret just took over. Dawn, get back in. Hurry. 2 seconds. 1. And Mark. Oh my gosh. Okay. We got a final first-time bidder, Mark Osgood. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Dawn, looks like Dawn got it. So remember, there is about an 8-second delay. So what I'm seeing may not actually be who the highest bidder is, and I'll try to lessen the confusion by just sticking to maybe names and not doing too much confusing things for you. But again, thank you to everybody who bid on that. So again, congratulations to our high bidders. Those names will be on your screen. Let's move on to live auction item number 104. And number 104 is a really unique piece. This is something that R.J. Kopchak has actually donated, and it is a one-of-a-kind original map from the French edition of a collection of voyages around the world. And if you know R.J., if you've been to Cordova, then you probably do know R.J. He actually was instrumental in kicking off the Science Center back in 1989. So R.J. definitely has many interests, and this is one of them. RJ donated this and turned this original map that was printed in Paris in 1787 into an heirloom quality keepsake. He actually made the frame himself. So again, if you would like to bid on this, this is live auction item number 104. And looks like we have Andres Morales currently as our high bidder. If anyone else would like to jump in, It is a beautiful piece, and I'm sure it's hard to really tell when you're looking at it on your screen. But I have seen some of the ones that he has donated in the past, and RJ does beautiful work. The frame is gorgeous, and the print is really stunning. So, if anyone would like to bid, again, jump in now. We have Andres in the lead, Richard. It looks like Chris once upon a time donated, and also Margaret Stock. So let's put that 30-second timer on again, and we will start closing live auction item number 104. It's a chart of the northwest coast of America and the northeast coast of Asia. You could have a beautiful piece of history. So Richard Leeds is our high bidder now. So thank you, Richard, for your bid. And looks like Andres is back into it. He just now took over as the high bidder. Again, there's a bit of a delay, so I apologize if it's not exactly what you're seeing, but 3, 2, 1. All right, live auction item number 104 has now closed. Thank you to everybody who bid, and thank you for your generosity. Again, the winner will show up on your screen. And let's move on to live auction item number 105. This is an adjustable sea otter fur stole, and it is gorgeous. I've seen these in person. This is donated by Patience Anderson Faulkner, and she has donated these in years past to Copper River Nouveau. Again, the screen, the photo doesn't do it justice, but it is a beautiful piece of handcrafted sea otter and handcrafted beads. This year, she used gold beads for Copper River Nouveau for her donation. So let's see, live auction item number 105, adjustable sea otter first stole, and we've got some great bids. Thank you. Currently, Richard Rogers in the lead for this item. Melissa Borton, looks like you bid earlier. Brooke Taylor, Ashley Christensen, and again, Margaret Stock. Patience is an Alaska native born in Cordova, and she has graciously, as I said, donated an item for the Copper River Nouveau in years past. Exquisite beadwork and the softest sea otter fur. So again, if you'd like to bid on this, it is live auction item number 105. So get in there. Richard Rogers still currently in the lead. And we are going to start that 30-second timer. So, and it's adjustable, so anyone could wear this. Give it as a great gift. 25 seconds left to jump in with your bid. Again, maybe Melissa, you want to jump back in with this, or Brooke, or Ashley, or somebody new. We have 15 seconds left. Live auction item number 105. And again, I wish you could feel this and see it in person. It is gorgeous. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, live auction item number 105 has now closed. And thank you to everybody who is bidding. So we'll move on to live auction item number 106. I want to remind you too, as we're doing the live auction, that you check your silent auction item bids too, because that will close at the end of the evening's broadcast. And we don't want you to miss out on those items. Again, so currently in live auction item, we'll do number 106, which is Porpoise Rocks Sunset. It's a painting by David Rosenthal, and this is gorgeous, as you can see. Again, photos, are good, but they're not doing it justice. And currently we have Meade Treadwell in the lead for this item. It's an original oil on linen painted by David Rosenthal, and Porpoise Rocks. It's near Hinchinbrook Island, and this was what he captured from the winter of 2019 in the sunset. And David captures these gorgeous landscapes with different light and colors, and it's a challenge for him that he takes on gladly to capture these beautiful landscapes in his work. He calls Cordova his home, and we are delighted that he donated this beautiful work again tonight. So again, we've got bidding going. Thank you to Mead Treadwell. Heather McCarty also bid earlier this evening. You might want to jump back in, Heather. Don't let Mead get it. I mean, now is the time. And we have Susan who bid earlier. So let's put that 30-second clock. Again, this is live auction item number 106, Porpoise Rock Sunset Oil Painting from David Rosenthal. And if you want to jump in and bid on this, you've got 20 seconds left to do that. If you want to take it from Mead, now's the time. So again, jump in, live auction item number 106. And it is a gorgeous painting. Thank you again to David for donating this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we're going to close out live auction item number 106. Thank you again to everybody who bid. And just a reminder that you're going to see that the winning bidder on your screen. Our next item is a really unique, beautiful piece, number 107, live auction item number 107. It's a traditional Raven style halibut hook, hand carved by Mike Weber. He is an artist of Alutiiq and Tlingit descent from Cordova, Alaska. In addition to this beautiful carving and other carvings that Mike does, he is a commercial fisherman, and he also happens to be married to the Science Center's CEO, Katrina Hoffman. So we are so thrilled that you donated this beautiful piece, Mike. Thank you so much. It is gorgeous. So again, it is live auction item number 107. And currently the highest bidder is Rod Worrell. So thank you, Rod, for your generous bid. Cynthia Lottie was also bidding earlier. Todd as well. And so if you might want to, looks like Todd just got the high bid position. So if you want to jump in, please do now. And looks like Cynthia has been bidding quite a lot, so you might want to jump back in, Todd and Rod. Rod just took over the lead. Todd now, this is a hard-fought battle, it looks like. It really is an incredible piece, and Mike is not only known for, of course, his commercial fishing, but also his gorgeous carvings. So thank you to everybody who's bidding, and let's see, Rod. Todd's back. All right, if you want to jump in, we could have a spoiler. It looks like it's a battle between Rod and Todd right now, but feel free to jump in if you'd like to bid on live auction item number 107. Cynthia, love it. All right, she just jumped back into the game. So anyone else want to bid? Again, get online now. Rod's back. Wow, this is so fun. Love to see this kind of competition for such an amazing item. And let's see, we've got Rod now as our highest bidder. If you'd like to jump back in, please do. And Cynthia, this is your chance. Oh, Todd now bidding. So, all right, we're going to put, I don't know if I want to do it because they're having such a great bidding war. All right, Cynthia's back in the lead. So thank you so much to Mike for doing this. He donates, of course, generously every year. And just we love to see the new thing that he's come up with. Oh, Rod, he's back now in the lead. Rod, Cynthia, and Todd. Anyone else want to jump in? Feel free. You could be the spoiler. Cynthia back in the lead now. And it's great to see that this is such a prized piece from Mike. Mike in years past has donated amazing smoked salmon that he does, beautiful carvings, and it's really a treat to see that this one is going so high. So thank you to everybody bidding. Rod now back in the lead. We have Rod, Cynthia, Todd, you want to get back in there? I don't know. Now's your chance. All right, so we do have more items. All right, I'm going to put that 30-second clock up now and go. So if you want to jump back in, Todd, now is your chance, or Cynthia, or anybody else for that matter. Again, it is a gorgeous traditional Raven-style halibut hook. It's hand-carved by Mike Weber. It looks like Rod is back in the lead now. We have 10 seconds left. So if you want to jump, Todd just took over the lead. Anyone else? All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That was fun. Thank you. All right. So, congratulations to our highest bidder. So fun. Love to see that. It really is a beautiful piece. And thank you to Mike for donating that. All right. So now we're going to move on to live auction item number 108. And I think this is something that we can all appreciate. This is fresh frozen Alaska black cod or sablefish fillets. This is donated by Dan Hull, commercial fisherman and Prince William Sound Science Center board member. So just click on live auction item number 108, and we already have some great bids for this one. Again, we opened the bidding Thursday, so thank you to everybody who bid it early. And now we want to make sure that you get a chance to bid. Looks like Brooke Taylor currently in the lead. Rod bidding on this item though, and Molly as well. Chuck Meacham in there. Brooke, and so if you guys want to jump back in, but currently Brooke in the lead. This is 10 pounds of skin on boneless sablefish fillets, and this really is, to me, it's my favorite. I love the Copper River salmon, don't get me wrong, but I love black cod. Sablefish is such a treat. And Dan will probably share his recipe for broiled miso black cod. I'm told it's amazing. Even people who eat Copper River salmon, all the time love this treat. So Brooke is our highest bidder. Again, 10 pounds of skin on boneless sablefish fillets. Rod now taking the lead. So jump in if you want to bid on live auction item number 108. And let's see, we've got Rod now again is our highest bidder currently. Let's do a 30-second countdown. 30 seconds up for this is live auction item number 108. And again, thank you to Dan Hull, commercial fisherman and Prince William Sound Science Center board member. And we've got Rod in the high bid position. Come on, Brooke, let's see. Do you want it back? Come on, you've got 10 seconds left. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Thank you to everyone who bid. We appreciate your generosity. And thank you so much to Dan for donating this. Again, such a treat. Black cod is my favorite. All right. Let's move on to live auction item. Sadly, our last live auction item. So if you missed out on all the others, now is your time to get something, and you're going to love this. Live auction item number 109, 25 pounds. It's a 25-pound box of frozen Copper River sockeye fillets. This is what people line up in the grocery stores to get. The red salmon people wait for all year long. So let's see, click on that. Live auction item number 109, donated from Trident Seafoods. So thank you very much, Trident Seafoods, for your generosity. Again, a 25-pound box of frozen, vacuum-packed Copper River sockeye fillets. And it has been a tough year for our fishing industry for many different reasons. So we really appreciate your generosity. And if you'd like to bid on this, it's auction item number 109. We've got some great bids already. Thank you. Jim Hines appears to be in the lead so far. Don Moore has also been bidding. It looks like it's been basically a battle between Jim and Don, back and forth. So Jim is in the lead, but Don, if you want to jump back in, now is your chance. So again, 25 pounds of amazing, delicious Copper River sockeye fillets. Oh, we have a new bidder. Looks like Todd just got into the game. So Todd now currently our high bidder. Again, if you would like to jump in, this is our final live auction item of the evening. And we're going to wrap this up pretty soon. So Todd is currently our bidder. Highest bidder, Jim and Dawn. If you want to get back in, I'm going to put that 30-second timer up. And let's do it. Our final auction item of Copper River Nouveau this year. Currently Todd in the lead, but feel free, Jim or Dawn or anybody else, if you want some delicious Copper River fillets. So thank you again to Trident Seafoods and to everybody who's been bidding so generously tonight. Again, currently Todd in the lead. 10 seconds left to bid our final live auction item. And we've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's it. All right. Thank you so much. And congratulations to our high bidders of the evening. Thank you for supporting the Prince William Sound Science Center with your generosity. Don't forget the silent auction. Again, you can still bid on those items, and that closes at the end of tonight's broadcast. So make sure you check your bids and don't get outbid on those. So obviously, some of you just scored some amazing items. Thank you so much for your generosity. And speaking of generosity, now it's time for a very special announcement from ConocoPhillips, Alaska. As some of you may know, and as Katrina mentioned earlier this evening, the Science Center is raising money to move from the buildings that they have been renting for 30 years into their own waterfront campus. And the new campus will allow the Science Center to expand their work and advance their important mission. It'll also be a source of employment and pride for Cordova and for Alaska. The campus will allow the Science Center to actually consolidate from 8 separate rented locations, which are scattered across 13 miles, into one building together. And if you can donate to their capital campaign, I encourage you to do so. So the campus planning and design is underway. The goal is to have the new building up and running and for them to move in by the end of next year. So again, you're thinking, okay, ConocoPhillips, what does it have to do with the new Science Center campus? Well, I'm going to let you hear it from them.
Hello, I'm Joe Marushak, President of ConocoPhillips Alaska. Thank you to all for hosting today's virtual Copper River Nouveau. As a company that deeply cares about conservation in Alaska, I'm proud that ConocoPhillips has been able to provide support to the Prince William Sound Science Center for almost 30 years. And for some years, our retired employee, Karen Ray, has been on the Science Center board and now serves as chair. We thank her for the investment of time and talent as she continues to give to the center. Adding to our ongoing support for the Science Center, I'm very pleased to announce that we're investing $250,000 for an education classroom in the new center facility. ConocoPhillips believes in the mission of the Science Center, and we're honored to support this organization on important research projects, youth education, and other outreach programs. Again, thank you for hosting this virtual event. On behalf of everyone at ConocoPhillips, I wish you great success with the new classroom.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you, ConocoPhillips, for your visionary gift toward the Science Center's mission of education and to their education classroom. We are so grateful to have you supporting the Prince William Sound Science Center's mission. The Science Center's mission is all about community resilience. And Thomas Friedman of the New York Times has a great message about that. And he spoke with us earlier this evening, but now we're going to hear from him again.
It's great to be with you this evening on behalf of the Prince William Sound Science Center. I know one of your big themes is resilience and how to improve our resiliency. And this is a theme I've been thinking about a lot lately. I've been obviously covering this pandemic, and I woke up, a few weeks ago, and I thought about what I've been writing about for the last 20 years. And I realized I've actually been writing about pandemics for the last 20 years. The first was a geopolitical pandemic. It was called 9/11. The second was a financial pandemic. It was called the 2008 recession. The third was a biological pandemic. It's called COVID-19. And the fourth, the looming pandemic, is called climate change. So I sat back and I said, well, why are we suddenly having all these pandemics at the same time? And the reason is that 3 things have converged. One is globalization. The world is now bound together more tightly than ever, more nodes together with more grease than ever. Who knew that between December 2019 and March 2020, there were 3,200 flights, direct flights from China to America. There were 50 direct flights from Wuhan to America. I sure didn't know that. The world is flatter than ever, to use my own lingo. Number one. Number two, though, we have been taking out resiliency. We've been taking out all the buffers everywhere we turn in the name of efficiency, in the name of greed, in the name of stupidity. We've removed ecological buffers. We've removed financial buffers. We've removed editing buffers. Facebook and Twitter, now you just go out there directly. Everywhere you turn, we've been removing redundancy, resiliency, and buffers. And third, we've been doing the crazy, reckless stuff that human beings do all the time. But now, when the world is so tightly woven together and the connections are so immediate and greased, and when you remove those buffers, and then you still do the crazy, reckless things humans do, you suddenly transmit instability from one node of the world all the way across to the other, faster, farther, deeper, cheaper than ever before. And think about each one of these pandemics. Each one came with a warning heart attack and then the full coronary. So in the late 90s, Ramzi Youssef tried to blow up the World Trade Center in New York. Didn't work, fortunately. That was the warning heart attack. And in 9/11, we had the full coronary. In the late 90s, there was a hedge fund called Long-Term Capital Management. They built up $1 trillion in debt, almost melted down all of Wall Street. That was the warning heart attack. 2008 was the full coronary. Several years ago, we had a biological pandemic out of China. It was called SARS-CoV. And now, that was the warning heart attack. And now we got the full coronary called SARS-CoV-2. That's why it's called CoV-2. And with climate change, we're getting the warning heart attacks every day. And if we don't take those seriously, we are really going to have the full-blown coronary. Because with climate change, it doesn't peak. It's not like a pandemic. It doesn't peak. Once we melt all the ice, Greenland and Arctic ice, it'll be gone forever. Once we convert the Amazon to a savanna because we've deforested it, it will be gone forever. We will have to live with the effects forever because also with climate change, there's no herd immunity. There's only an endless pounding on the herd. But there is a difference between climate change and all these other pandemics. We already have the vaccine. We already know how to get herd immunity, reduce CO2 emissions, respect science, respect nature, respect each other, preserve resiliency, expand buffers. We know the vaccine, we know the cure. We can make resiliency work for us and prevent the next big pandemic. Good luck. Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you again, Tom, for your inspirational, sobering, but very inspirational words. We appreciate your support of the Science Center and your passion about science and the environment in our world. So before we hear some closing remarks from our CEO in just a few minutes, I'd like to give you one more opportunity to join the Giving Challenge. Traffic was really high when we did this earlier in the evening, so if you weren't able to bid, now is your chance to do that. You can do it very easily. Just hit that Donate Now button at the top of your auction page. And again, we want to thank everyone who has donated this evening. Richard, thank you for your donation. I see John Garner, $1,000. Thank you so much. Again, earlier we had generous donations from First National Bank Alaska, the Meacham Family Fund. Thank you, Craig Tillery. Hi, Craig, for your donation of $500. $1,000 from Andres Morales. Thank you so much. So we had First National Bank Alaska, the Meacham Family Fund, and an anonymous donor that collectively gave $10,000. So we're trying to do at least a match of that. And remember, remember, all of the monies raised tonight go to the Prince William Sound Science Center's mission of education and science and research. So thank you for your generosity. Thank you, Penelope, for $100 donation. While you continue to donate to our giving fund, I just wanted to share a little bit about why I support the Prince William Sound Science Center. I'm volunteering tonight as your MC, as I've done in person for many years in the past. And while I am happy to be here tonight and able to help, and happy to be able to help in this online fundraiser, there's nothing like being in Cordova, meeting the people that live there, meeting the people at the Prince William Sound Science Center, to really get a sense of their passion, their commitment to the environment, their commitment to science, and to the beautiful waters that surround Cordova. And so I believe in the Science Center and its work and its mission, not only of education and science, but also of resilience. Through this pandemic, I think that's a theme that is very fitting, that we together have to learn to be resilient. So they prepare us for the future by educating our kids and the next generation of stewards for our environment and our planet. So thank you to the Prince William Sound Science Center for the work that you do and for letting me be here. And again, Cynthia Lottie, $1,000. Thank you. Thank you to everybody who is generously donating to support the Science Center's work and their mission tonight. Organizations like the Science Center truly make a difference, and every dollar makes a difference toward that mission. So thank you for your generosity. Chris and Faith, Craig Tillery mentioned Craig earlier. So again, keep donating. You can do that at the Donate Now button, but let's hear some final thoughts from the Prince William Sound Science Center CEO and my friend, Katrina Hoffman.
In a normal year, we'd be wrapping up dinner in Cordova right now. But I'm grateful that instead we've been able to include so many of you from so many different places. Thank you for being here tonight. If you don't mind, I'd like to close with a quote. Author Barbara Kingsolver said in her best-selling novel, Animal Dreams, "The very least you can do in your life is figure out what you hope for. And the most you can do is live inside that hope. Not admire it from a distance, but live right in it, under its roof." At the Prince William Sound Science Center, our founding belief 3 decades ago was that healthy environments and healthy communities are mutually reinforcing. We live under the roof of this hopeful idea every day. This is our home, and it's one we share with an ever-growing community of supporters like you. If our mission resonates with you, I hope you'll continue to be a supporter of the Science Center and spread the word about our work. Thanks for being here, and stay well.
Thank you again, Katrina. And thank you to everyone who was with us this evening, who so generously donated, and those that support the work of the Prince William Sound Science Center. These COVID times are pretty crazy, and we appreciate you being here tonight and honoring our theme of resilience and the work that the Science Center does. Again, before we close, I just want to remind you that all of the bidders, the highest bidders for the silent auction and the live auction, were on your screen. So thank you, and you can find those now. And we also want to acknowledge a special group, the mask makers, the Cordova mask makers, who are the recipient of the Science Center's 2020 Fisheries Achievement Award. They're a collective of volunteers who have made thousands of masks to keep Cordova and the fishing fleet safe and working during the COVID pandemic. So thank you for your tireless efforts. It means a lot. We appreciate it. If you'd like to have some more fun tonight, you can do that, again, just by sitting on your couch in the comfort of your home or wherever you might be if you're outside. And you can check out the Copper River Salmon Jam. It's online right now. It's an annual fundraiser that benefits the region. It's wonderful bands, live music, and a ton of fun. Check that out online at salmonjam.org. So 2020, Copper River Nouveau, We did an online version this year, and hopefully next year we'll see you in Cordova for Copper River Nouveau 2021. Thank you for joining us tonight. Enjoy the rest of your evening and be well. Cheers.
Dans la nuit noire, je ne voyais pas que l'étoile d'espoir, mon ange, c'était toi. Tu étais là, tu seras là, toujours pour moi. When marimba rhythms start to play, dance with me, make me sway. Like a lazy ocean hugs the shore, hold me close, sway me.